Looks like here we are. We are live after you have no idea of the technical difficulties I just went through. So let's see if we can make this short and sweet and end it before we have more tech difficulties. Welcome to Direct Mail Monday, October 9th, 2017. Steve Sipress here. Just finished watching the Cubbies come from behind and win a really exciting, close, low-scoring game with the Washington Nationals in their playoff game, and getting ready for the local team, the Arizona Diamondbacks, to try and stave off elimination from the #1 team in the National League this year, the LA Dodgers. My beautiful wife, Michelle, just left to attend the game. It helps to have great connections, and there you go. So Michelle is on her way to the game, and I am going to be watching at home, but in my Arizona red, in honor of the Diamondbacks. And today's rhino of the day is this little red rhino. So we're all decked out in red, and he's kind of white because I think this little plastic, and he must have been kind of really like rubbed and scratched and scraped, so it almost looks white. But it's actually, I assure you, a red rhino, tiny little plastic red rhino for today's of the day. And today is Direct Mail Monday. However, doing something a little bit different, showing examples today, as I do from time to time, of actual direct mail that I receive. I'm going to tell a story about one that I haven't received yet. So for those that follow my videos, you can check back to last Monday's Direct Mail Monday episode. I believe it was last Monday, where I shared a experience with a company where I saw their ad on TV, which I suggest you do as well. It has a free, they send you free information. It's free marketing education. Of course, if you don't have a trusty guide like myself to help you make heads or tails of it, maybe you shouldn't call, because it really, you wouldn't even know what you're looking at, or what's good or what's bad, or what to do or what to not do. If you're my client, I hope you are doing that. So we have things that I can teach from real examples and help you to make the ridiculous amounts of money with ridiculous lack of time and effort that my clients get. But this one, last Monday, was a direct mail company, a gold and silver company that sent me their package of goodies. And this week I called another one. I said, wow, you know, that was so great. Let's see what the competitors are doing. There's a few others I see on TV. So one of the others that I called, and I haven't received their package yet. So that's something, although I don't remember the exact day I called, but it's probably been about a week now. Today being a holiday, Columbus Day, is U.S. Postal Service is not operating. So possibly it'll arrive tomorrow. But in the meantime, they attempted to do some of the right things. So here's the deal. When you do direct mail, effective smart marketers don't do activities. They don't take single actions. We don't like mail something. We don't like place an ad. We don't do one thing. We do campaigns. Okay, we put things into a strategy. So it's a multi-step, multimedia strategy, of which direct mail and online and offline and phone calling and postcards and mails and newsletters, that should all be part of a systematic, organized, integrated campaign. So this company I called, they did things right. They didn't just immediately send out the piece. They started contacting me to follow up, because when somebody requests your information, I made the mistake. This reminds me, years ago, I made the mistake that I really thought when somebody requests my information, I remember asking somebody this. I was new to the direct mail world, and people like requesting my information. This is awesome, and I sent out the information, and I actually asked a mentor of mine, "Hey, how long do you wait to follow up? You know, I got to assume when they're going to get it. You know, they're over here, and I mailed it out, and it was late in the day. Probably didn't go out to the next day, and then add a couple of days. And so, how do we know, like, when they got it to go?" I'm laughing just thinking about this question, because of course my mentor just laughed at me and said, like, you're kidding, right? Like, you just don't get it. I don't think he laughed at me, although Not that I care. I have thick skin, but a lot of people, you know, if you laugh at them, they care for some reason because they're not results oriented. I'm results oriented. I don't give a crap if you laugh at me, pat me on the back, say nice and fuzzy things. If you're PC, un-PC, I don't give a crap. I'm results oriented. So I don't know what I actually did, but he did say, dude, the point of them, and that's the lesson I'm teaching today in Direct Mail Monday, the point of having someone request your information is not for them to get your information. Not going to read it, not going to look at it, not going to open the envelope, not going to end. Who cares? You can't allow that to not make you money. The whole point is, think about it. And if you haven't thought about it before, why do you think? Is anyone here? Coach is here. Gunnar Monson is here. Good to see you. Haven't seen you in a while. And Donna is here. Donna, happy birthday. Haven't seen you in a long while. Went to high school with Donna, so it has been about 40 years. But Donna's celebrating a birthday. That's very nice. And Coach has an event coming up, so he's here. That's also very cool. And Gunnar, I don't know what's up with you. Let me know. But tell me, you know, what do you think is the point of people requesting free information from you that you're offering, or whatever is known as a lead magnet, something that will draw leads to you, get people to indicate they have interest, so now you can start the sales and the marketing. Well, you've started the marketing process. You can start the sales process. You can start the process of converting a total stranger into part of your family, a client, a customer, a patient, a member, whatever it is in your particular business. I used to think that, like, the point of them requesting information was so that I could send them information, and the point of that information was so good that it would get them to then call me, and we could have a sales conversation. They could consider becoming, or I could interview them and consider if I wanted to take them on as a client. Well, that's just absolutely ludicrous nonsense craziness that I did. And now that I think about it, it wasn't even like I didn't have a one-on-one mentor. I wasn't that smart at the time. I was just a member of a group, but I had people in the group I could ask. And I even think, now that I think about it, I waited until whenever the next regular monthly group meeting was, or whatever. I mean, hell, just totally, I was just, you know, if you want to make all the mistakes I made, go ahead. But I highly suggest you speed up your time and you increase the money you make by not making all the mistakes I did. So I did the old not have one-on-one coach, only have group coaching, and then waiting to only partake of the group at scheduled times thing. And I also, with direct mail, thought the idea was to wait until they get the piece of mail. That's totally ridiculous. Like, let's tell you how it is in real life, okay? And Sean Buck is here. Sean would know. Sean is an expert at direct mail. So the piece of direct mail, the person you place your ad, or you send out your letter, or your email, your Facebook, it doesn't matter, whatever way you choose to offer your lead magnet, your free information, to magnetically attract the right person to contact you. They think they're contacting you to get the information, but you got to know better. You got to know that they're contacting you because they're interested in the help you provide, because hopefully that's what your lead magnet is. Okay, in this case, it was an information package about how to invest in gold and silver and precious metals and whatever with your IRA, and how to run. So apparently, if I'm responding to that TV commercial that they pay a lot of money for, and I'm requesting the information, it's because I've got some money I'm looking to invest. Now the company is spending all that money on TV to spend another 50 grand on a consultant to help them maximize that and make millions of dollars, drop in the bucket. To you, dear viewer or listener, whoever's watching or reading or listening to this, and all the different forms I put it out, it's likely you're not thinking nearly as sharp as they are. And to you, in your smaller world, certainly my world was tiny when I first started, it would be unheard of for me to pay $25,000 or $50,000 to a coach to help me make millions. That's what I do now, of course, regularly, done it all the time. But back then, I would have thought, oh, that's a lot of money. Anyway, so this expert would let them know, look, here's how it works. Somebody has money to invest and sees some commercials, yours, maybe others, maybe they go onto the internet and they search and they find 5 different gold and silver companies, and they call them all and say, or they hit their email, put their name and address into their online, their website, and they say, yes, send me the information. Now, let's say you were one of those 5, how long do you want to wait? Think about it. How long do you want to wait till you have a sales conversation with them? Do you want to wait until you mail out your stuff, they get your stuff, they read through it, they're so enamored and enraptured by it and engrossed in it that they feel compelled to call you and have a sales conversation? Is that what you're thinking? That's what I was thinking. Like, hello. Because if any of your competitors are thinking much smarter than that, you lose, right? Their money's already invested with somebody else. They already bought the gold or the silver or the whatever from somebody else, because here's what somebody else does. The second the person puts their name and address into the website or calls on TV and says, I'm requesting the information, it's time to get them to a sales conversation if that's what they're ready for. Now, if they're not, of course, then none of this matters. Then, you know, put them into your system and follow up with them and send them your newsletters and your information and call them from time to time and do whatever and invite them to things and seminars and webinars and teleseminars and send them every whatever. But there's going to be a certain few number of people that are ready right now to invest some money, and they're going to choose one of these few 4 or 5 companies they're calling, right? So if company A, I had said, I went to the website of 5 different companies, and I put in my name and information, send me your free gold and silver stuff. And company A thought, all right, well, let's see, it'll go in the mail tomorrow, and we're over here, and he's in Arizona, so that'll take 3 days. And so what's today is Monday. Let's call him on Friday. Oh, wait, he's got to have time to read it. I forget. He's got time to read it and go through it all. Friday, not good. He's probably finishing up work. He'll go over it over the weekend. Yeah, he'll have some time over the weekend. He'll go over it. Let's call him next Monday. So he put in the information today. Let's put him on the calendar. Give him a call next Monday, October 16th. Okay. But then company B, C, D, and E, or whatever other companies I mentioned, they all say, look, a red-hot lead just came in, or possibly a red-hot, possibly, like I said, could be just a looky-loo, a tire kicker, somebody saying, send me some information, I'll think about it, maybe someday, but it could be a red-hot prospect. If it was a red-hot prospect, company A already has lost because they're waiting a week just to follow up. But company E says, immediately, get a salesperson to call them. Company C says, get a salesperson to call them. D and E say, get a salesperson to call them. That's where we are with today's lesson, the salesperson calling. Now, here's the deal. Today is a cautionary tale because the company did it all wrong. So again, if you don't get it and you think you're going to get this all right on your own the first time or the second or the third time and you don't know what you're doing and you're just going to read a book or something and somehow figure it out and think you know what you're doing, like, go ahead. I made that mistake. Cost me a ton of money and a ton of time. But if you want to really make some money and do it right and make the money quickly and well and be happy and relaxed and profitable and have a system set up so that you never have to worry about anything again, then you want to do it right. So this phone call, this sales conversation call, you want to do it as quickly as possible. So you get them online with the lead and you take them offline as soon as possible, right? Get them on the phone. But the wrong way to do is how this company did it. You get me on the phone with a sales conversation immediately, so you're seen as pushy. I didn't ask for a sales conversation. I asked for the free information that you offered. So here's the right way to do it, and I'll leave it at that. I'll go into all the details, but because it also depends on the situation and who is your target market and what you're offering and what you want them to do and all that. But in general, I'll just give one elegant way to do it. There are many, but one elegant way is to call and say, hi, just want to confirm your address before we mail out the information. Or, hi, we have lots of different information, so I just want to make sure I'm sending you the right stuff that you want, something like that. I just gave you 2 ways to do it, and I said I was only going to give one. So there's the bonus. Now, here's the wrong way to do it. This company that I will not mention because it's the wrong way to do it, but I haven't received their stuff yet, but I did get the phone call. But the phone call was extremely pushy and obnoxious. World, they're getting my couple of $100,000 to invest in whatever, just not doing it. I'll go to somewhere else because they blew it. So they took what could have been a positive situation. Let's do what Steve says on that video. Let's not pay him any money and actually get expert advice. Let's just think we're getting the good free advice and we'll do it. And oops, we got the good advice, call to confirm, but we screwed up by doing it wrong. And there goes all that money that we printed the materials and placed the TV ads and the whatever because we just didn't get it. And so I don't remember now because it was last week and I was all gung-ho to share this today, and I should have taken some notes as it ends up because I already have had hundreds of conversations since then and I don't remember it. But I do remember feeling not happy about this company. It was extremely pushy. It was like, well, one thing, they were qualifying me, which is good. You know, you do have money to invest, how much you have, and how soon you're looking to invest, and do you have an IRA, and, you know, blah, blah, blah. And, okay, some good qualifying questions, but I don't remember now, but I just remember they were extremely pushy with their questions instead of allowing me to let them know where I stand and do it in an elegant way. So there's a way not to do it. There's an elegant way to do it. Find someone who's an expert in sales, marketing, direct mail, doing it right. So you do all the steps before you send out the direct mail, when you're sending out the direct mail, and after you send out the direct mail, to make it part of a multi-step, multi-media campaign, and not just, oh, I mailed something out. Direct mail doesn't work because my bank account didn't fill up right afterwards. Okay, that's the lesson of today's Direct Mail Monday, and I don't see any questions, comments, concerns. So we will call it a day, and I will get ready to, I know the game isn't starting yet because my beautiful wife Michelle just left the game, and with the traffic and all, it'll take an hour to get there, and they're probably getting there a little early, and so it's probably about an hour away, and I will get something to eat and plop down in front of the TV and watch these guys. And one thing I thought I always took it for granted, but now I will love watching these millionaire kids stand across on the first base and the third base line, and when they say, now we're going to honor ourselves and our country with the national anthem and the flag, they will actually stand at attention with their head up and face the flag and take off their hat and hold it to their heart, and some of them will even sing the words. And we took this for granted, for crying out loud. I mean, these people that are like, oh, but it's not about the national anthem. Like, dude, have you heard the saying, actions speak louder than words? Like, you're making it about that. You're kneeling during the national anthem. You could kneel at any other time of the week, every week, these football players, but you're making it about the national anthem. I'm not making it about you disrespecting the national anthem. I mean, if I walk up to somebody and I say, you know, I'm really upset about what's going on in my neighborhood in general. So the next neighbor I see walking his dog by my place, I'm going to walk out, go down the driveway, and spit in his face. And then I'm going to tell him, but it's not about you. I'm not disrespecting you. I'm disrespecting the whole concept of I don't like what's going on in my neighborhood. Do you hear how stupid this is? It's like, I'm going to disrespect the flag to get attention, and then I'm going to claim, but it's not about the flag. It doesn't matter what you say it's about. You're disrespecting the flag, for crying out loud. So tonight, I know I'm going to see a bunch of self-respecting people that are going to respect the flag. And then hopefully they're also going to rail against racial inequality and police brutality and all those things that suck. But they're not also going to disrespect themselves, their country, and the flag. Wow. As if the NFL players don't realize there's a way to do both. You can hate racial injustice and social injustice and police brutality. You can hate that and love the flag at the same time. You don't have to, like, disrespect the flag to think you're doing something good to help racial inequality. Anyway, that's it. This was not Rant Monday. This was Direct Mail Monday. That's it. Enjoy your evening. Go Diamondbacks. And I will be back tomorrow with Topical Tuesday. Thanks for being here today.